All right, diving right in this time, we're looking at something, well, kind of unsettling. The Internet Archive, right? That whole Wayback Machine,
Yeah.
digital library thing. Yeah, they got hit with a security breach back in September, actually. And we're taking a deep dive on this one because, well, it matters. Anyone who's ever used the archive, anyone who cares about, digital history, online security, it's a big deal. Newsweek reported, get this, 31 million user accounts. 31 million. Email addresses, usernames, even passwords, though they were encrypted. Now, the group claiming responsibility, they call themselves S and Black Meta, and they're what's called hacktivists. Basically, they use hacking as a form of protest. They also went for this thing, a DDoS attack, distributed denial of service or something like that. Can you break that down for us, what that actually means?
Sure, think of it like this. You've got a library, right? But suddenly, thousands, millions even, of people all try cramming in at once. Doors are jammed, systems overloaded, nobody inside can actually get to the books anymore. That's kind of what a DDoS does, but in the digital world, it just floods a website, an online service in this case, with so much traffic it just crashes. Essentially, they forced the Internet Archive's digital door shut. Nobody could get in.
So it's like a two-pronged attack. First, they slam the door shut with this DDoS thing, and then, while everyone's distracted, they go and snag all this user data. Crazy. But why the Internet Archive specifically? It's not like there's some, evil corporation.
Yeah.
They preserve information, make it free. Seems weird to target them.
Right, and that's what makes it so interesting, makes you think about who hackers go after and why. Now, we don't know their exact motives yet, but it seems SM Black Meta, they've got a history with the Internet Archive. This isn't their first attempt. Groups like this, they pick their targets carefully. There's always a message, something they're trying to say to draw attention to.
Okay, so we've got this group. Maybe they've got a grudge. Maybe there's more to it.
Yeah.
And they use this DDoS thing as cover to get at user data. But let's talk about those users for a second, those 31 million accounts. Email addresses, usernames, they even got passwords, though we know those were encrypted.
Right.
That encryption part, that's got to be something, right? Makes it no big deal.
Well, it's good they were using encryption for sure. Bcrypt, that's what the archive had, and it's pretty strong. But as a reminder, you really want different passwords for everything online. Every single account.
Just in case.
Exactly. It's like, okay, imagine somebody breaks into a library. They find this box, right? Full of books, but they're written in some code. Nobody can understand them. Doesn't mean those books are worthless, right? Give them enough time, the right resources, they could break that code. Passwords are kind of the same way.
Great analogy. So even with good encryption, different passwords are key. But here's the thing. This breach, September, we're just hearing about it now.
Yeah.
What gives with that delay?
Yeah, that's common, unfortunately. Data breaches, they take time to investigate, You got to confirm it actually happened, figure out how bad it is, what data is actually out there. It's not instant.
Right.
Plus, the organization, there's legal stuff, procedures they got to follow before announcing anything.
So you're balancing getting the facts straight with keeping people informed. Still, knowing my info could have been floating around for a month, not a good feeling. What's the real-world impact, though? What can actually happen?
Oh, it's serious. With your email out there, username, hackers might try getting into your other accounts, especially if you use the same password on different sites, which, by the way, is another reason unique passwords are so important.
So all that security advice, it really does matter.
Big time. Plus, there's phishing scams. They can use what they got to send you emails, look all official, try to trick you into giving them more info, credit card numbers, that kind of thing.
It's like this ripple, right? Starts small, maybe, but turns into something way bigger.
Exactly. That's why, you've got sites like Have You Been Pwned? It's out there. You can check if your email's been part of a breach. Everyone should give that a look, just in case.
Good tip. Okay, so zooming out a little here. This wasn't just ANWA website, Internet Archive, right? A digital library. Their whole thing is preserving online history. So does this mean nothing online is safe? Even stuff we think of as like historical, it's vulnerable, it's kind of wild, right? You'd think old websites, what's the point? But I guess data is data.
Yeah, we think about breaches, it's all credit cards, social security numbers, but any data is valuable to the wrong people. Even like, that old GeoCities page you made back in the day.
Oh man, don't remind me. Some things are best left buried. But seriously, if even the Internet Archive with all the resources gets hit, what hope is there? Like, is anything online truly safe?
It's a wake-up call, that's for sure. No matter what kind of data, historical, personal, doesn't matter. And the tactics, they're always evolving. There's no one magic bullet to stop it all.
So we're doomed. What can anyone even do?
Not doomed, but it takes constant work. Places like the archive, they got to be on their toes. Always updating security, having strong authentication, a plan in case something does happen.
So always be prepared, like the scouts.
Exactly. And for us regular folks, a lot of it's just awareness. Knowing what the risks are, staying informed, and practicing, what's it called? Good digital hygiene.
The basics, you mean?
Yep. Strong, unique passwords. Every single site. 2-factor authentication whenever you can. Be careful what you click on, what info you share. Simple stuff, but it makes a difference.
Being smart, paying attention. Sounds like that's our best bet in this whole digital world.
You got it. And remember those resources we talked about? Have you been pound? Things like that. Use them.
Right. Knowledge is power and all that.
Exactly. We're all in this together, right?
Right.
Learning from these incidents, making the whole internet safer.
Well said. So to wrap things up for us today, it's a little unsettling, isn't it? Even in the digital age, seems history's kind of fragile. This Internet Archive thing, it's a reminder we can't take information preservation for granted. We got to be proactive. We got to prioritize security, both the institutions and us regular folks. Otherwise, all those stories, all that knowledge, it's gone. Makes you think, right? If even a digital fortress like the archive can be breached, what's it going to take for us to really protect our online history? Something to ponder. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay safe out there.